why don't you do Bollywood music? Why is Bollywood and why are the movies being deprived of Ricky Kej?
So there are various reasons. Now, when you look at Bollywood music or you look at film music in general, whenever a singer from the film industries across India, whenever a singer or a composer performs in a foreign country or a foreign city, like let's say a New Jersey or a New York or a Moscow or or a Berlin or anywhere, they're able to fill up an entire stadium. They're able to get a large audience, but every single person in that audience is a member of the Indian diaspora, except for a few exceptions. The film industries and Bollywood, in my opinion, have not actually broken cultural barriers. There are a few songs that have, but by and large, they haven't broken cultural barriers. They're just catering to the Indian audiences everywhere, which is not a bad thing. It's a great thing, because with a large audience, if you're just catering to our audience, that's good enough. But for me, what happened was that when I was quite young, when I was about 19, I think, I had watched a concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar, and this was in the Bay Area in America. And I was very shocked that, he was playing pure Indian classical music, not even fusion for that concert. It was pure Indian classical music. And the demographic of the people within the auditorium was very representative of the demographic of the city that he was playing in. That city had probably an 80% Caucasian population. There was an 80% Caucasian population in the auditorium. A 5% Asian population, 5% Asians in the audience. Because this gentleman playing his pure Indian classical music, he was breaking cultural barriers and he was exposing people who were normally not exposed to Indian music, and he was a flag bearer of Indian music everywhere in the world, and that's what I called him. And then when I saw that concert, I decided that this is what I want to do with my life. I want to break cultural barriers. Now, I explained to you about how Pandit Ravi Shankar has broken cultural barriers and he lived abroad and he was creating music abroad. Now, I coined something known as the Ravi Shankar syndrome in India. Okay, now what is the Ravi Shankar syndrome? Now, everybody knows who Pandit Ravi Shankar was, right? What is the instrument that Pandit Ravi Shankar played? Shout out, what's the instrument that Pandit Ravi Shankar played? Correct. The biggest civilian honor that he won, the Bharat Ratna. What's his daughter's name? Somebody shout out. Perfect. The other daughter's name? Nora Jones, correct. Can anybody name one album of Pandit Ravi Shankar? One album. He's done more than 60 albums. Name one album.
He's done Bollywood as well.
Yeah, or forget about his albums. Name one song of his. Nobody can in India. But because we know him as a personality, but we don't know his music. And that is what Bollywood and the film industries have done. That they've created they've sort of like created a false identity of our music. When I tell people I'm a composer, the first question they ask me is which film? Because that is how deeply integrated our film industry is with our music, and we need to change that, and slowly that is happening.